Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Morgan Stradling, and today is a big day because I just hit 5,000 subscribers on YouTube. So I thought to celebrate, I would do my very first Q&A. I really love when other channels and other people do these because you really get to know the people that you're following and subscribe to better. So I thought now was the perfect opportunity to do that. So I asked you guys some questions on my community tab on YouTube, but also on my Instagram, which you can follow me right here. And yeah, let's get started. All right, so the first question is, when did you start your channel? So I started my channel back in October 2019. So we're coming up on a year now at this point. So next question, super easy. What country do you live in? I live in the United States of America. All right, next question is, what is your favorite sports team if you like sports? So like I said, I live in the US, and the state that I live in is Arizona. I am a desert girl through and through. I love the heat. I love cacti. I love how dry it is here. So this is definitely the place for me. As a result, I really am a hometown girl with the sports teams that I'm a fan of. So for baseball, obviously the Arizona Diamondbacks, 2001 World Series champions. They need to fix that. They need to get another one of those, or a few. And the Phoenix Suns for basketball. I was a huge Suns fan back during the Nash years and was just always so disappointed that we could never beat San Antonio Spurs because they always mess it up for us. And then I am not a football fan at all. So, I wouldn't even say the Cardinals because I just football is not my thing. It's not my favorite. All right, next question, and I really like this question. It says, was the transition working in a corporate job to being an entrepreneur hard? And I would say yes, because I absolutely loved my corporate job. I was there for 6.5 years. I started as an intern after I got my MBA, and I loved it so much. It was so perfect. And then my last year, things started changing and I didn't love it anymore. And I went from waking up and loving going to work, and I never had a day where I'm like, ugh, I have to go to work, where that changed during my last year. And there were a variety of reasons for that, which I won't go into, but it just was different. And it was sad because I had always been just so excited. And I had other opportunities of jobs that I had applied for and interviewed for that I could have accepted. But once I kind of got it in my head that I was going to try out entrepreneurship, I decided that there's no better time than now. It gave me an opportunity to be with my kids more. Well, who knew that this pandemic would happen? I could still have a corporate job and be with my kids 24/7, but it's okay. So yeah, the security of everything that comes with that is easy. And especially I worked for a tech company that had amazing benefits and perks. And so that, those golden handcuffs really do keep you there and keep you safe and keep you from moving to other things. But this was something that I had to do for me. Initially, it wasn't hard when I quit because I just jumped into it and I was so excited. You have this fire underneath you that just motivates you. And I had clients and I was really, really excited because everything just was working out. And then a few months later, that initial fire and excitement died down and kind of the reality hit. I still kind of feel this stretched in a variety of ways where I know I have to create content because that's kind of the way that I'm developing and gaining an audience. But at the same time, I do need to spend time creating products to monetize. And then I have clients. And so I'm constantly spending time, getting new clients or hopping on calls with people. So it's managing all of those different things that I'm still struggling with. And that really has become the hard thing is I think the entrepreneur lifestyle, and you see all these people, 6-figure businesses, 7-figure businesses, 6-figure launches. And you think, well, why not? Of course that can happen to me. And that absolutely is true. But you don't see all of the behind the scenes work and grit that has to go into it every single day. So my big thing is I need to automate and get a lot of systems in place so that way I'm not tied down in some of the day-to-day stuff like email and just things that aren't really worth my time. You need to act like the CEO of your business, and the CEO does not do a lot of the lower level tasks. They need to get done, but the CEO is thinking big picture. And I really need to get into the CEO and become that digital CEO quickly. And I know once I do that, things will be significantly better for me. But right now I'm kind of in this content creation mode where I'm just, I gotta get my videos out. And then if I have time, I'll do these other things. And that kind of needs to switch. I need to have a lot more automated system. And I think getting my first video editor will help with that. And I'm pretty close. I'm kind of nervous about hiring someone, and it's always bringing someone who doesn't necessarily understand your style and whatnot. That's kind of nerve-wracking, but I think once I get a video editor, boom, like we talked about how long it takes to edit videos, that could just streamline my process so much more. So I really would like to get a video editor in the next few months. Okay, next question. What editing software do I use? So I use Premiere Pro. So I've used Premiere Pro from the very beginning. I had a license to it, and I do have a license to it. I paid for it, trust me. I really love it. The reason I actually started using it initially because in my corporate job, I had access to the Adobe Creative Cloud, which is all of the products and software that Adobe offers. And so I'd already become very familiar with Photoshop and other pieces of software that I was using for my job. So it just made it very easy to transition to their other programs like Adobe Audition for audio editing and Adobe Premiere for video editing. Now, on my other channel, I have another channel which has about 25,000 subscribers. My friend and I started that back in 2013. And so before this channel, I was using iMovie. That's because it's free, it comes with a Mac, and that really did the job for me. But there was always a few things that were really frustrating with limitations with iMovie that once I moved to Premiere Pro, I was like, oh my gosh, I am never going back. So I will include a link down below if you're interested in checking out Adobe Premiere. Now the Adobe Creative Cloud Suite is a subscription, so you do pay every month, but I feel like all of the features, I can literally do anything with Premiere Pro, whereas iMovie, I was always frustrated because you could only have one photo overlapped at a time and just weird things like that. So if you're beginning, use iMovie. If you want something with a little more bells and whistles and something you can really grow into, then use Premiere Pro. I'm sorry, my kids are home today. Normally I record YouTube videos when they are not around. So if you hear little screams in the background, that's why.
10 seconds later.
All right, next question. Hey, Graham. Crafts? Okay. Case in point. Okay, so the next question is how long does editing take? And editing, not my favorite. It has to get done, but editing can take a while. I would say it takes 2 to 8 hours depending on the complexity of the video. If I'm doing a very simple video where I'm not having graphics, transitions, audio meaning other sound effects that are coming in, then it can be very simple and easy. Probably 2 hours would be a very, very simple video. And for more complicated videos, it definitely will take longer. I work in a 3-step process, which if you want to see a longer video about my editing process, I'm happy to do that. Let me know in the comments below. Next question is, how long does it take you to film a video, a sit-down video, or a vlog? So typically it will take me anywhere from 25 to 45 minutes to film a sit-down style video. I'll block off an hour per video because I have to get my lights and my tripod and my microphone all set up, and then I have to make sure that this all looks good. So there's about 15 minutes of setup that I have to do. Then I'll do a test to make sure that all the audio and video looks good. And then I sit down and shoot, and that takes anywhere from 25 to 45 minutes. Really depends on the content of the video. Obviously, I try not to mess up. No one tries to mess up, it just happens. But there's some days where you are just not on point and you mess up and mess up and mess up and mess up. And that's frustrating because you're like, wow, this was supposed to be a very simple, easy video that took 60 minutes. So those are always really frustrating days. But for example, this video, this is very simple and easy because it's just me answering questions. It's not me having to deliver material for you guys or a step-by-step checklist of things. Now, vlog style videos, I don't do as many of those. I would like to, and I really love them, and I want to start incorporating more vlogs into my videos. But what I will do is if it's a sit-down style video that has vlog elements, I'll do the sit-down style either first or last, just depends on the schedule, and record my basic things of me talking. And then the vlog elements, I'll go and record those either throughout the day or whatnot. So it's kind of hard to say how long those take, but vlogs do take a lot of time, but I really think they're great to spice up your videos. And And by the way, one of my videos I spent so much time creating B-roll for, and it is probably my worst performing video on my channel. It's my 20 productivity tips. I'll link it up here so you can check it out if you're interested. I think it's a really great video, and I got so much great feedback from my family on it and friends who said that's your best video yet because I put so much effort into it. But it just did not land. It did not resonate. So if you want to give me like a little pity view, go for it. I think it's a good video. If you want to be more productive, those are my best tips. So check it out. But that's another thing with YouTube that can be a little disappointing or hard is when you put so much effort into a video and it just flops, and it flops big time. And you were really expecting, especially based on the effort that you put into it, that you would likewise have good results. But that's not the case always. And sometimes your videos that are just like, hey, I'm just gonna sit down and record this, boom, it takes an hour to edit. It has through the roof. So the algorithm is special sometimes, but that's the way it goes. And you really can't get too attached to individual videos. I just see it as my collective library of content that I put out there. And I don't really get too hung up on videos that are performing poorly. It just is what it is. Next question is, how long does it take to make money? So for me, as far as AdSense, there are so many other ways that you can make money with YouTube as a business, but for AdSense, it took me about 6 months. And even then it wasn't enough to quit my job, or I already had quit my job, but it wouldn't be enough to sustain someone. But some people go viral very quickly. They make money very quickly, but you know, I feel that a majority of YouTubers out there really do need to put in the time. You need to get established. You need to have a lot of content out there so people can see your channel and realize, wow, this isn't a one-hit wonder. They have other things that I can subscribe to. So it really depends on you and your channel, but for me, it was 6 months. All right, next question is, how does it feel to get monetized? So it felt incredible. I was so pumped. As a new YouTuber, that is really one of the main initial milestones that you are looking for, because you're putting all of this work into these videos, and if you don't have any other sources of income or revenue, it's the only thing that you are looking forward to, because you finally might get a little bit payout for the work that you're doing. So it was really exciting knowing that finally, after 6 months, I was gonna get monetized and be able to have a little income coming from all the videos that I've done. But it's funny, now that I am monetized, it's kind of like, oh yeah, that happened. I think new YouTubers put a lot of emphasis on it because they think it's the make all break all for their channel, when there really is a lot more to come. Next question is, how much do you earn per month from YouTube? Right now I'm earning about $500 per month from my AdSense. Nothing too crazy yet, but much better than my first month monetized, which was about 50 bucks. So I'm overall just pretty happy. $500 a month is just a little extra change in my bank account that, I mean, I'm not a millionaire. That makes it sound like, it's just a couple pennies. But yeah, it's just nice to be able to have that coming in every single month and knowing that that is there. But again, the ad revenue could disappear overnight. So I don't completely rely on AdSense. And sometimes it could be a great month of reviews and for advertisers, and another month it could be totally down. So you need to diversify for sure all of your different income things by having, you know, I offer one-on-one coaching, I offer YouTube audits, I work with corporate clients where I actually film videos for their YouTube channels. I'm gonna be releasing a digital course soon and some digital products. So I have other things that I do to help supplement my income, and I don't rely solely on AdSense. Okay, next question. Between 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours, which did you get first? Now this is crazy. I got these on the exact same day, and that does not happen for most people, but they didn't happen at the exact same time. I'm thinking I hit my subscriber number first, and then I hit watch time a few hours later, but it was really crazy how those lined up on the exact same day. And to be honest, I've gotten the most growth within the last 3 months. It really starts snowballing every month as you're just more and more consistent with your content. And I know I haven't been consistent with my content the past 2 months. June and July have just not been great for me. So I think this will be my 4th video. So instead of one every week, it averages that I've been putting out one every 2 weeks. So I'm hoping to fix that and change that for August, September, and in eternity. So let me know in the comments below what other videos you want me to do, because I'm excited to get back to making videos. All right, so this question, which is better, fame or happiness? Well, obviously happiness, because we know a lot of people with fame that are not happy. I'm not famous, let's be real. 5,000 subscribers is not famous in any way, shape, or form, so my life has not changed one bit. So happiness for sure, because that's not something you can buy, that's something that you really have to work for. And then how do I motivate myself to make YouTube videos? Really just having a schedule. So knowing that this is my set day that I'm recording and I'm prepared for that day. So the day before, I know my topic, I kind of have my outline, my bullets. That motivates me, just knowing that every Monday I record videos rather than, I need to record a video today. And for the most part, I don't ever feel like that. And I think that's because I do have the schedule and I have the routine, and I'm just excited to make videos for you guys and to put this content out there. So yeah, that's really the big one for me. I'm very much a scheduled, detail-oriented person. So if it's in my calendar, it gets done. Okay, next question. Do you prefer Instagram or YouTube? So as a creator, definitely YouTube. I love video. It's very easy for me to sit in front of a camera and start talking. That is one of my fortes. And it's just natural to me. And so I love creating YouTube video content for sure. And Instagram is just funny because I still confused about what to do with Instagram. You know, it was a personal Instagram account and I'm trying to transition it more to business. So I haven't really done the greatest job. And so that's why I really don't post on Instagram as much as I should. But for Instagram, I really do love stories and doing stories on a daily basis. And I think that's because my stories are video and I like talking in front of video. So yeah, that's what I like. All right, the next one, it says, while it's often out of your control, how do you go about encouraging a friendly, non-toxic viewership? And you're right, it really is out of your control. As you grow, you're gonna gain a lot more attention and more people are gonna find you. But I really feel that the vibe that you give off in your channel, you will get that back. It's kind of the law of manifestation, I guess. If you put that out there, you will attract that. But obviously the bigger that you get, I'm talking, hundreds of thousands, millions of subscribers, toxic trolls just kind of come with the territory. And luckily for me, with my 2 YouTube channels and my podcast and my website, we really haven't had a ton of negativity over the years. And I think it's because, for example, my website and my podcast is called Rotoscopers. The podcast is called the Animation Addicts Podcast. We are just generally very, very positive in all aspects of what we do. And I think we draw and attract others that are like that. And they appreciate that we are positive and we find the good in things. Now, I'm not saying that I've never had trolls before or whatnot, but I really think if you are attracting a lot of that, you need to just state in your videos and in your policy that negative comments will be deleted and will not be tolerated, and just get that out of the way, and people will learn very quickly that their comments are being deleted, so kind of what's the point? And I know people on the other hand will say, well, don't draw attention to it, just leave them there. But I say, get rid of it. You don't need that in your life, so bye. All right, the next question is, how do you go about promoting your YouTube channel to successfully gain subscribers? So I think for my YouTube channel, the biggest thing is making sure that you do your SEO correctly for your videos, because you can promote the heck out of your channel on your Twitter and your Instagram, but normally you're typically doing that when you have a new video coming out. But with SEO, which is search engine optimization, which is having your videos appear at the top of YouTube search, that is just constant exposure for your channel. People are always typing into YouTube search and looking for things. And so if you're always appearing, that's exposure for your channel and opportunities for people to find your channel, to watch your videos, and then to subscribe. So that really is the biggest thing for promotion, is making sure that you have your SEO right for your videos and you're really trying to do videos that you stand a chance of ranking for. So that is my number one thing. In my corporate job, I was a product manager for our SEO service. So SEO is like my bread and butter. I'm obsessed with it and it works. So I really focus on SEO. That's how my channel has grown, is by people finding my videos, predominantly through search. It's not through the YouTube algorithm or browse features or the homepage. It's primarily been through search. But when I do my promotion for my videos, on the day that I'm releasing a video, I will create a little 15-second teaser of me from the video, kind of explaining a content or something really interesting that would make someone want to watch more. And I post that to Twitter and then to my stories on Instagram. And then I do send a newsletter to my email subscribers, which if you want to join my newsletter and get my weekly thoughts, you can check that out in the link below. But I will let my newsletter subscribers know that, hey, I have a new video that has come out. So Nothing too crazy. Next up, what content will we get to see in the future? And who is your inspiration to make videos? So I've been focusing a lot on YouTube content, YouTube for beginners, sharing my journey as a new YouTuber or a new channel. And I've grown that from 0 to 1,000 subscribers, now 5,000 subscribers. My next is 10,000, then 25, then 50, then 100. Those are like the main milestones that I look at. So it's been really fun. And I will continue to do the YouTube content because I think that is what has brought in my audience and what my audience is interested in. So I will continue to do those. However, I think as I grow, I still would like to do more beyond YouTube, and I'm still not sure where that will be, but I have so many things that I'm good at and I like doing and I would like to teach about, but I still struggle with, okay, am I breaking out of my niche too much? If I talk about, like, for example, that video that didn't perform, my productivity tips, well, that's not YouTube tips, and that's why it didn't perform well, is because my audience doesn't care about productivity, they care about YouTube, so that's kind of the thing that kind of scares me, is moving into maybe other content and not having it be well received. But you got to take that leap, especially if you're getting bored of the content that you're doing. You need to shift. I'm not bored of YouTube content in the least. I really love it. All right, as for my inspirations, when it comes to other people who are kind of in this YouTube business guru niche, I absolutely love Vanessa Lau, and I think she just really has fantastic videos, fantastic content, and great editing, and her presentation is just perfect. She's so fun, she's so amazing, so check her out. And then last year I came upon Catherine Manning, who's definitely in a similar space than me in this sharing her YouTube journey and YouTube tips. Her videos are so unique because she adds a lot of vlog style into her videos. And then people outside of that world, I absolutely love Laura Price, who is a Disney visual development artist, and she shares her experience working for Disney Studios and other animation studios. And she just has really fun vlog content, which I feel inspired by, and she just has a really fun personality, and I love her art. And then another one is Shay Whitney. She is sort of a fashion YouTuber where she gives you style tips. She just does it in such a fun way. She's hilarious and she's quirky, and her tips are always like 10 things to not look tacky. When you see something like that, you're like, am I doing those things? And so you want to watch. And so I love her videos, and she's just thumbs up in my book. But yeah, those are kind of the main ones that I watch. All right, guys, that is all that I have for today. Thank you so much for everyone who sent in questions. It was really fun to answer your questions and kind of just to get a little more behind the scenes with me. I don't feel like I've shared a lot of my personal life in my videos because they're very much like, here's the content, here's the how-to, here's how you do this thing. And while I absolutely love that, this has been fun. It's really chill video for me and just for you guys to get to know me better. And I would love to do these again. So at 10,000, maybe we'll do another one of these. If you liked it, let me know. And of course, let me know any other content that you would like me to create on the channel. I'm always looking for ideas, and I do read the comments, even though sometimes I cannot respond to all of them. Now it's getting to the point where there's just a lot. And like I said, one of my inspirations, I was inspired by her to do this, but I do answer my comments for the first 30 minutes that a video goes live. So videos go live Wednesday at 9 a.m. if everything is on track, but make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell, because that way you will be notified as soon as the video drops. And so you can leave those comments right in there after it goes live. So again, thank you so much for 5,000 subscribers and for following me along on my journey. This has been amazing. And this video was definitely all for you. So thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.